Well, the history of the hymns for this week. I was really excited when I started learning about this hymn because I think we all have heard it, maybe all know it. You might not even need the lyrics for this. And so when I picked out the hymn, I thought, well, sure hope there's an interesting story behind it, and there is. Albert E. Brumley was the writer of this song, I'll Fly Away. And I thought with a proper sounding name like Albert E. Brumley, I thought, well, he was probably some executive in a three-piece suit that sat in front of his piano or guitar and composed gospel hymns, especially when you think about it, that he's published over 600 songs. He's been called, Albert Brumley, the preeminent gospel songwriter of the 20th century. And other songs that he's written, and I hope someday we'll bring these into our Wednesday night special. Jesus, Hold My Hand, Turn Your Radio On, I'll Meet You in the Morning, and This World Is Not My Home are just a few of them. According to interviews about this song, Brumley came up with the idea for this very song. He wasn't in a three-piece suit. He was not in a high-rise sitting in front of a baby grand or something. As a matter of fact, according to interviews, he was picking cotton on his father's farm in Rock Island, Oklahoma. Brumley says that as he worked, he was humming the old ballad that went like this: "If I had the wings of an angel over these prison walls, I would fly." And suddenly it dawned on him, he said, that he could use this plot or this phrase for a gospel song. And the song Brumley described appears to be the prisoner's song, as some calls it. It was an additional 3 years later when he worked out the rest of the song, paraphrasing one line that he took from a secular ballad which read, "Like a bird from prison bars has flown," and he used prison as a metaphor for our earthly life here. Brumley has stated, "When I wrote it, I had no idea that it would become so universally popular." Other earlier 19th century songs that were actually slave songs contained similar lyrics stating, "I'll fly away to glory, I'll fly away to my heavenly home, and I'll shout glory." Those were some slave songs that kind of took a cue, or that he might have taken a cue from when he wrote this song. So you got the lyrics there in front of you if you're in the house tonight. If you're watching online, you probably know the words anyway. So let's give this a try. The standard old hymn, "I'll Fly Away." Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life is gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from prison bars has flown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joy shall ever end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Amen. I like that old song right there. Brings back some old memories there. Thank you, Brother Gary. Pretty